All right, in this next video in section 12.1, we're going to look at question number 2 on the worksheet. Here it says to consider the rational equation y is equal to 20 divided by x. So in part A it says list 3 values of x that will make y smaller than 20. Okay, so notice here if I plug in, say, x equals 1, that's going to give me 20 divided by 1, which is just 20. Okay, so if I want a y value that's going to be smaller than 20, then I want to divide 20 into, well, more parts, right? So for example, I'll make a little table here, and if I plugged in, say, 2 for x, then I'm going to do 20 divided by 2, and that would give us 10, and that's certainly smaller than 20. I could do, say, 4 if I want y to come out to be a nice whole number. That would give me 5, right? 20 divided by 4. If I plugged in 5 for x, that would give me 4, so on and so forth. So it's just asking for 3 values of x that will do this. So here I could just say 2, 4, and 5. Now, there are many variations here. You could say 2, 3, and 4. Again, I just chose those because it's a nice whole number, but yeah, these will do the job. And now for B, it says for what values of x will make y equal to 1? Well, for that, right, I'm going to say if y was equal to 1, this is saying the same thing as 20 divided by x is equal to 1. So 20 divided by what is going to give me 1? Well, 20 divided by itself. So in other words, we're saying here x would have to equal 20 itself. All right. For C, list 3 values of x that will make y larger than 20. Well, as we said back in A, if I make x equal to 1, then y would equal 20. So what if I, say, made x equal to something smaller than 1? Okay, so maybe say something like a half. Make a little table here again. And so if I plugged in, say, a half for x, then for y, what would I get? I'm going to do 20 divided by, say, a half. Well, that's the same thing as 20 times the reciprocal of a half, or in other words, 20 times 2, that would be, well, 40. So if I plug in a half, something smaller than 1, I'm going to get 40, and 40 is certainly larger than 20. So that would work. But I could also plug in, same idea, like a third. If you do that, you're going to really be multiplying 20 by 3 in that case, so you get a 60. That definitely does the job. If you did a fourth, you're going to be multiplying 20 by 4. You get 80, that will do the job, so on and so forth. So here, I'll go ahead and say for some answers, 1/2, 1/3, and 1/4. And again, there are many possible answers you could give in this problem, but here are 3 that do the job. All right, and then finally in D, I'm sorry about this, but if you read the question, it doesn't actually make sense. It says list 3 values of x that will make x larger than -20. What I mean here, of course, is y. So sorry about that. In this case, what do we want? List 3 values of x that will make now y larger than -20. Okay, so be a little bit careful here. Now, to be larger than -20, right, we want to have numbers like, say, -10, -5, or anything positive for that matter, like, 5, 10, 15, okay? And there's many possible answers. We could, for example, just give the answers from, say, part A or part C, right? Because all of these values for y are certainly more than -20. So that would be certainly a way to do it. You could input, if you wanted, though, like some negative values of x. For example, if I put in x equals -2, I get 20 divided by a -2, and I'd get -10. That would also still be larger than -20. Okay, so again, there's many possible answers, all right? Well, that's going to do it for this video. I'll see you in question 3 next.